production reached its highest level in 7 years. Oil production from federal waters in the Gulf of Mexico reached an all-time high.
When you look at the production within the Gulf of Mexico, even in the midst of the national crisis of the Deepwater Horizon, the production has remained at an all-time high.
There's not declining production. Production is at its highest historical levels in the Gulf of Mexico. Right now, it has not gone down, and it is at its highest levels ever.
We've had a number of folks from the administration continue to claim that production has not gone down, yet our data shows very clearly that it does, and yet the administration never shows us any data otherwise.
President Obama seems to be using a new kind of math when it comes to oil production, but the numbers are, simply stated, wrong. We produce far less oil than Obama suggests. In fact, we're producing fewer barrels of oil than we did in 1951. Please welcome Representative John Fleming, who compiled those video clips to prove a point. Representative, I've been calling it fuzzy Obama math. Is he that bad at math, or is there more to the story?
No, absolutely, Eric. Thanks for having me on. This is an absolute scam that is going on in Washington today with regard to energy policy. We've been 40 years down the road yet to have a cogent energy policy. And the President, the Secretary of Interior, even recently the new head of the DNC, Wasserman Schultz, all say that production is its highest. They fail to give any data on that or cite any authority. On the other hand, we know very clearly from the Energy Information Administration, which is part of the administration, that, for instance, in the Gulf, production is down from a high of 1.7 million barrels a day last year to 1.59 now, and it's going down another 225,000 barrels a day next year.
Sir, while we talk about the next question, I want to ask my crew to put up that chart of actual U.S. production directly from, look at the corner there, it's EIA, Energy Information Agency, and that's part of the departmentenergy.gov, guys. So thank you for putting that up. Again, Representative, we're showing the chart of declining oil production from a peak of around 10 or 11 million barrels a day in the 70s, now down to maybe 5.5, 5.6 million barrels per day. Yet Mr. Obama, more than willing to claim oil production is at its highest level right now. Is he willing to use any numbers just to make his point? Is that what it is?
I think it's purely political, Eric, because somehow he's got to deflect the criticism of the real problem, and that is we have a structural price problem when it comes to energy. The prices keep going up. Why? Because our dependence on energy has gone from 30% back in the 70s to 60% today and increasing. And the President doesn't want to take responsibility. We in the House, we're working on 3 bills right now, just passed one last week, that would help solve these problems, but the administration doesn't want to work with it.
Sir, and I think later on in that video that you had compiled on your website, that was Mr. Bromwich, who I believe is from the Minerals Management, is that right?
Yes, so it's now called BOMER, but
right.
It's the old Minerals Management.
And the gentleman, frankly, had no idea where production was.
No, in fact, when I confronted him with those numbers after he said the same thing that the President and others have said, he said, you know what, I think you're right. So he actually confessed to not really knowing the correct answer on that and conceded that I was right.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Representative John Fleming, thank you for joining us today.
Great.